Happy Odin's Day. How's it going? I know I'm usually shuffling, but sorry, Mercury in retrograde is really screwing with the channels of communication. So, yeah, the message has come out. The old gods have a lot to say. This message is huge. Buckle your skates, kids. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times because this one's going to be a real bumpy one. We've got 4 major arcana out of 12. That may not seem like a lot, but it actually kind of is. We've got a couple of 7s and 8s. We're really tapping into our spiritual sides. So connecting with that higher self, connecting with your soul. And the number 8 usually comes back to infinity, a recycling of energy, a recycling of souls, if you will. I swear I'm going to have to do a video on that one because I could go on and on about that. All right, this message right here today, let's get into it. The stars in reversed because everybody keeps fucking with you and your energy and they keep getting in your way. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's anything else to be said about that. Continue with your therapies, whatever they may be. If you speak to a therapist, that's great. I strongly encourage you to continue to do that. If you're on medications, again, that's great. They're there to help make us the best versions of ourselves that we can be. These tools are helping us to build our new foundations. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Because COVID came in and just took the monopoly board of life and just flipped the tables on us, right? Yep. Our foundation has been completely eviscerated because we're all being decolonized, whether we wanted to be or not. Most of us probably didn't even know that we needed to be decolonized, but we did. And that's what's been happening. So now we're awakening along the spiritual journey. On it, we're finding out we needed more help than we realized. And many forms of it are non-traditional. That's actually great. That's what justice is all about in this particular spread. We are finding the tools that we need to build those foundational building blocks, to start new platforms, like this channel, for example, to start down a new journey of life. You know, maybe you're going back to school to learn a new trade. Maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you're going out dating again. That's a new thing. Everything has changed since COVID came into play, right? Pestilence wasn't messing around. He said, no, get in your house, go sit and lick your wounds because we can't trust you with your toys right now. So we're going to take everything away from you. We're going to make you sit in a timeout for a good long minute and make you think about what you've done wrong. And now I'm going to go in and fix it, make it all better again. Don't fuck it up this time. And during COVID, we all became very sovereign with ourselves. The Sovereign of Wands is the queen in this deck, I should say. We started to grow that confidence and now we're exuding it. And the people in power, they're getting real nervous about it. The more we educate ourselves, the less we're relying on them for anything. They've proven time and time again that they're not going to be there for us when we need them. So we're starting to take matters into our own hands. The blindfolds are off, my friends. We are not going into this life blind any longer. We now have all of our eyes, especially that one, wide open. See, even in the photo, the third eye is uncovered. Even though these eyes are covered, this one is not. And that's when the Knight of Swords rides in to save the day, saying, hey, I'm the knight in shining armor that you jerkwads don't want, because I'm going to help the masses educate themselves and each other. And in doing so, we don't need you anymore. That's what Judgment's all about. In a traditional like Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Judgment card is the angel coming down from above with the trumpet sounding the alarm. That's exactly what's happening right now. The alarms are being sounded. It's a call to action for those of us who are in this awakened state. Now, mind you, it doesn't just have to be like a spiritually awakened state. It can even be an awakened state of, I now see everything going on around me. My eyes are open. The rose-colored glasses are off. I'm not falling for it anymore, kids. You can't snow me with these false truths and these false sense of securities. I know what you're doing, both behind closed doors and in front of me. I'm not an idiot. I see that you're abusing your power, and that's exactly what's going on. People who are higher up, they're abusing their power, and that comes in many forms. That can be monarchies, that can be dictatorships, that can be politicians, that can even be teachers, administrators, doctors, attorneys. Nobody is exempt at this point. Literally, nobody is exempt. Because here's the deal. New souls are coming and incarnating into this life, and they're not putting up with it. And that's what the High Priestess is all about, the High Sage. This is your intuition. You know all of what I'm telling you right now. I may sound crazy to many. Sure, I'm a little bit crazy. I'm a ginger for crying out loud. That said, I'm not that crazy. Signs and messages are coming in. They're letting you know when your intuition is like really pinging at you, hey, you need to pay attention right now. Something isn't right. Our spidey senses are tingling. Okay? Pay attention to these messages. Pay attention to these downloads. Start journaling. If that's not your vibe, find a form of meditation. I like the idea of journaling because for me, it's just a way to keep track of my thoughts, because my squirrely brain, it forgets everything. That's just me. So this way I can go back and backtrack and reread whatever it was I was going through. If that doesn't work for you, I get it. Totally get it. Many people that I've spoken to, their messages come in via dreamscape. A dream journal might be a good way for you to go about this. If you don't do pen and paper, totally cool. Start a new note on your phone. Even if you're just typing in big body of water, lots of trees, both new and old, dying, thriving, whatever the case may be, you can always go back and research it later to figure out what everything means. But in the moment, especially as soon as you wake up, even if it's in the middle of the night, if you can, take note of whatever it is that you saw in that dreamscape, because I'm telling you, it's going to mean something to you. The Seven of Swords, it's all about deceit and deception, okay? Again, a lot of people are going to snow you. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot on this journey of spirituality, self-awakening, however you want to verbalize that. Friends, family, coworkers, jobs, homes, money, all of the above. But I promise what you're going to gain is going to be so much more. Now, yes, you do still have to live, make money so you can pay your bills, all of that stuff. But there's a way to go about it. A way in which you're not going to hurt yourself or others, where you're not completely and utterly burnt out to the point to where it steals everything from you. Restless nights, antsy body, got to move all the time, but you're too exhausted to do anything. ADHD paralysis, executive dysfunction, all of this starting to ring a bell. That's because the messages are coming in and you're ignoring them, and then you're not acting upon them. You're not doing what it is you came into this life to do. So I would strongly encourage you to find a form of meditation that works best for you. Again, meditation comes in many forms. For me, it's working outside in my yard. That's it. I can put in noise canceling headphones and tune everybody out. Yes, this vampire does see the sun from time to time. I know, shocking. But I do need a little bit of vitamin D and E here and there. So vitamin C, whatever the sun gives you. Stand in your truth and your power. Okay? Again, there will be, I don't want to use the word consequences. There will be a lot of heartache. There will be some hardships. I'm not going to discount that. You've probably gone through many as is if you're watching this. This message is just confirmation that you're on the right path. And everyone's path looks different. Keep that in mind. You know, my journey on my path, it's going to look way different than my neighbors, because maybe their path is to teach in a traditional schoolhouse setting. My path is to teach the masses via social media. We all have a path and a journey. It may look a little bit different. It may look a lot different. But at the end of the day, we're all here to do the same thing, and that's to learn and get our messages out. So stand your ground and stand in your power. Don't let all of the distractions get in your way and prevent you from doing what you came here to do. Again, the Hermit is here to remind you that you need to go within, folks. This is a great time for you to hibernate. I know we're going into the summer months, and I'm speaking of hibernation. Again, maybe you're a teacher and summertime is your time to disassociate, detach. This is a great time for you to learn about yourself. Maybe you thought you were going to be a member of the clergy. Come to find out, you're not really subscribing to what they're trying to put out there. Maybe you want to be a chef instead, and you want to reach people through food. That can be very cathartic and exceptional art. That truly, a master in the kitchen is an artist in my mind. A, girls got to eat. And B, if you can present to me delectable, edible food that's going to taste that much better, oh, I am sold. That can be a spiritual experience in and of itself. So see what I mean? You came here to do something very specific, knowing that it wouldn't look traditional or normal to society, to the masses. Here's the thing. You're going to find your people if you haven't already. And you're going to continue to find new people along this path. Unchain yourself from the ties that bind you. Because at the end of the day, you put yourself there. And you put yourself there by allowing the masses in society to convince you that you're not special, that you are crazy, that you do need help, or that there just is no helping you and you're a lost cause. I'm here to remind you that's not the case. I'm going to say it again and sound like a broken record. You incarnated in this life to do a very specific task, one that you knew only you could do in a way that was going to reach the right people. You were willing to make that sacrifice coming into this life. I'm here to encourage you to stick with it. Get back on track. Don't lose hope and don't lose faith. I know this is where you're at, where you have been. It's time to flip it around, folks. Go outside. Bathe in the sun for a few moments if you can. Hug a tree. Touch some damn grass. Love on your pets. Love on your kids. Justice is here to remind you you're here to do great things. And judgment is here to remind you that you have a plethora of a spiritual team backing your ass up. Okay? If you haven't yet, call in your deities. Call in your higher self. Call in your guides, your ancestors. However that looks, talk to them. Ask for help and guidance as needed. They're there to help you. They want to help you. They agreed to be there this whole path, okay? Again, you're going to lose a lot along the way. I know. And yes, it's heartbreaking. Grieve, mourn, do whatever it is you need to do. But then you've got to pick yourself back up and get back on track. Take the lessons that you learned along the way. Leave the emotional baggage behind. All right? You can do this. I have faith in you. You have faith in you. Your whole spirit team has faith in you.